Welcome. Hello. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Let's turn on your cameras. Take a moment to say hello. Fire up the chat. Oh, today I have a powerful lesson for you. I'm so grateful that you are here. I'm going to jump right into it because I have a full lesson. Today's lesson is called Demystifying the Law of Vibration. And I really, in this module, in this lesson, my goal here is for you to understand the law of attraction, but what's at its base, the law of vibration. So I'm going to bring in several different analogies, stories to help you really understand this. And then we're going to bring it to how does this relate to the results that we would like to manifest in our life, and specifically around money. So demystifying the law of vibration. So let's feed off this idea and truth that money is love. Money is abundance. Money is joy. Money is gratitude. Money is appreciation. And although we've been programmed to believe that money is finite, it's limited, it's evil, there's not enough of it, it's scarce, and we have been programmed to fear it and fear the lack of it. We've been programmed to have shame and guilt around money, all of which kinks our money hose. And so we begin to recognize in our lives, based on how we feel, whether or not we are in the accepting energy to accept money, or have we kinked our hose and we've blocked it. Now, you've heard me say that emotions are your guidance system. And what I mean by that is, if we look at the two buckets that I just explained, the feeling of joy, love, abundance, gratitude, appreciation, these are good feeling or positive feelings, like good feeling energies. And on the other hand, we have lack and scarcity and evil and not enough and money's bad, like very opposite feelings. And these feelings are quite negative. And we cannot feel them both at the same time. You cannot be in joy and be thinking poverty at the same time. It's impossible. You can only think one thought of it at a time. Therefore, you are in one vibration, like you are emitting vibration. So feeling is the secret, because the way you feel is the word, like our feelings describe the way we are vibrating. And therefore, what you attract into your life and what you've blocked in that attraction. So we've heard many ideas around the law of attraction, which is a secondary law. And the primary law is the law of vibration. So today we are demystifying these laws for you so that you can understand really how we attract what we attract into our life. And as you change your idea of what money is, you'll literally start attracting more money to you in the quantities that you desire, because you're in a positive vibration, and you're literally attracting more reason to be in joy, gratitude, appreciation, abundance. And this is very exciting. So, how does that feel? So I want to make sure that it's landing. So you can write in the chat. We'll also, Julianne, if we can put the link to the questions in the chat, because as questions come up, I'll be answering them on module 3 and 5. So please use the link to ask your questions. And it's really important that that really like this lands for you. Okay. Good. All right. So as you practice feeling these positive vibrations, these positive feelings in your life, what's important to understand is that the starting point of every feeling is thoughts. So thoughts cause the feeling, and the feeling moves our body into action. And the law of attraction responds to this. At any moment in time, you can change the way you feel, therefore the way you are vibrating, by altering what you are thinking. This is your free will. And it's important to execute this free will. So most of us have been going through life automatically feeling like a robot, or habitually feeling a certain way because of the thoughts that we keep thinking on repeat. And a thought you keep thinking on repeat is just a belief. And so, because most of us, the masses, we've been programmed to think a certain way around money, and those negative emotions, that's constantly running in the back of our mind. So every time we pick up money, or we see money, or the conversation of money comes in, it's like already those programmed ideas of there's not enough and lack and all of that come to the surface, and they influence the thoughts we think. So for example, you're shopping and now you see a sweater you like, and you look at the price tag of the sweater and it's $99 or $990 or $9,009, whatever the price is. And you see the price tag, and right away you're influenced by the programming that you received as a kid. And so you look at the price tag, and your paradigm and programming brings thoughts to your mind about that price tag. And therefore those thoughts, when you're looking at that price tag, move you into a certain vibration, usually coming from lack and that kind of thing. And so our experience of like what you understand and want to understand is that you're constantly feeling based on the thoughts. And what we want to do is interrupt the pattern and choose new thoughts. And we can do that by simply understanding that we choose our thoughts. And we can choose our beliefs by just pausing and reevaluating. And sometimes that looks like, oh my gosh, like right away I look at the sweater and I say, that's expensive. And I habitually just say that, but is it really? If I think about it, like someone handmade this sweater and it took them hours and hours and hours. Or am I just habitually saying that? Or is that habitually coming to my mind because it's been what's always been said? And so I can just recognize that this thought isn't even mine. This feeling isn't even mine. And I can use my mind to think and choose a new thought. And when I choose a new thought, like maybe it's not expensive, perhaps it is the price, and someone's love and sweat and went into producing this sweater, and I'm so happy and grateful to pay for it. And in this moment, I change my thinking, which then changes the feeling. And now I pay for the sweater. I choose the sweater in this frequency of love, gratitude, and appreciation. I want to go back to describe, and so why this is so important that I'm talking to you about this is because everything, like your feeling and what's at the beginning of your feelings is your thoughts, and how you feel is going to determine on what comes next into your life. And so let's specifically look at, well, and this is where the line comes to, like, money is responding to how you feel about it. It does not play favorites. It does not play favorites. So the law of vibration is a primary law. The law of attraction is secondary, meaning the law of attraction, you are attracting into your life based on how you're feeling, and how you're feeling is the word that we as human beings give to the vibration of which your body is in. So let's now use science to talk about the law of vibration. So there are laws that govern our universe. One that we're all familiar with is the law of gravity. When I drop the marker, it's going to fall to the ground. You'd go crazy if you saw it just go to the top, like go to the roof, right? And fly upwards. It would never happen. You expect it to fall down because you understand the law of gravity and you wouldn't question it. Does that make sense? So there are other laws that are affecting your life, and in particular, your prosperity, your ability to attract money, that we're not taught about. And I'm here to demystify this law today. So the spiritual laws of life govern life. And I'm just wanting to make sure that I cover everything. So the law of attraction is literally governing your level of personal prosperity. I said money is responding to how you feel about it. And the law of attraction is the underlying principle that determines what gets attracted to your life. So therefore, it governs the level of personal prosperity that you are experiencing. And we must go to the root cause, the primary law, to understand this. And that's the law of vibration. And the law of vibration accounts for the difference between mind and matter, or the spiritual and the physical realm, or the material realm and the non-physical world. The law of vibration helps us to understand and bridge the gap between these two worlds. And so the law of vibration states that everything is vibrating, everything is moving, everything's in this constant state of motion, an ocean of motion. My mentor, Bob, used to say, everything is vibrating, everything. And because of that, well, let's first understand this. So when we look at something under a microscope, like I'm going to use water, and water in its different states shows us the law of vibration. And so let's remember our science degree now, our science classes. And when we slow down H2O and we slow down the molecules, it becomes colder and in more like solid form. And that is known as ice. And when we speed up the molecules, we do that by adding heat or energy to the ice melts and becomes liquid water. And then if we add more heat and speed up the vibration of the molecules that are always there, it becomes air or ether or steam. And we can't see it, but they're still there. And the molecules are always vibrating, even in the ice form, they're just vibrating slower. And the same is true if you put a table that you can knock on under a microscope, you'll see that there's particles vibrating slowly. It appears solid and it's actually not. So we all learn this in physics. And so the things that are solid or appear to be solid are in the lowest vibration. And so the things in our material or physical world that are solid are the lowest vibration. And the things that are not solid, so ice and then steam or air, are the highest vibration. And literally, they're the same thing. It's all H2O. And they're all connected. So although our perception as a human being is that we can